This week on INC News World. Built from the ground up with a 1,500 seating capacity and exquisite attention to detail, this house of worship is dedicated to God in Metro Manila East. Watch the ongoing events of the Church of Christ happening in North America, Australia, and the Pacific. Your INC News World starts now. Welcome to INC News World. I'm Brother Michael Guerrero, coming to you from the INC Media Studios in San Francisco, California. Pandemic or no pandemic, the construction of houses of worship in the Church of Christ around the world never ceases. Let's now head across the Pacific to Metro Manila, Philippines, where we see the latest details on one of the most recent chapel dedications. Janina Rufino has that report.
Meticulous planning down to the smallest details, and all built from the ground up with the highest grade materials. This was the handiwork that went into the construction of the house of worship in Ilugin. What was torn down and built up again with a new seating capacity of 1,500, 4 times bigger than the old chapel. It is the 42nd house of worship of the Church of Christ dedicated to God this year of 2023. The local congregation of Ilugin in the ecclesiastical district of Metro Manila East was established in 1982, where they were blessed with a house of worship with a 400 seating capacity was dedicated back in March 29, 1986. But with the growing number of members, the need for a newer and bigger chapel was imperative. And with the approval of the church administration, construction has begun. For Ronald, a resident here in Ilugin and a member in this local congregation, he witnessed that despite the pandemic, the construction of their house of worship reached its completion. And he is eager to attend worship services in their new chapel.
Matagal na po naming ina-anticipate ang pagtatalaga ng aming bagong gusaling sambahan. Ang katunayan po nito, kami po na aking pong may bahay ay kasalukuyan pong nagse-celebrate ng aming ika-30 taong wedding anniversary sa Europa. Ngunit nung kami po ay sabihan na itatalaga na po ang aming gusaling sambahan, ay dagli-daglian po kaming umuwi at kinat-short po namin ang aming trip upang kami ay makatupad at makadalo sa makasaysayan pong araw na ito.
And today, along with all the members in the local congregation of Ilugin, gathered to fill this place for a holy occasion were the executive minister of the Church of Christ, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, dedicated this house of worship to God.
Hindi ko po maipaliwanag ang lubos na kagalakan po na nararamdaman ko at ako'y nakatitiyak na gayon din po ang damdamin ng lahat po ng kapatid sa aming lokal. Lubos po kaming natutuwa at kami nadalaw ng pamamahala at naitalaga ang pinakamimithi po naming napakalaki at napakagandang gusaling sambahan.
Maraming salamat sa ating pong Panginoong Diyos sapagkat muli po niyang kinasangkapan ang ating pinakamamahal na tagapamahalang pangkalahatan, ang kapatid na Eduardo B. Manalo, sa pagtatalaga nitong bagong gusaling sambahang ito.
With this newly dedicated house of worship, members are even more inspired to share their faith to their neighbors and loved ones.
Saka lalo kami magsisipag noon para dumami lalo pa mga kaanib dito sa bagong kapilya.
This house of worship in the local congregation of Ilugin is one of the 540 houses of worship that have been built and repaired during the pandemic. This work continues to be carried out by the administration in the Church of Christ because it brings glory to the Lord God. To keep up to date with the most recent news inside the Church of Christ, log on to incmedia.org or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Janina de la Paz Rufino for the Iglesia ni Cristo News Network.
From North America to Australia and the Pacific, we take a look at the latest events of the Church of Christ. Let's check it out. Our first stop takes us to the ecclesiastical district of Australia West. Spreading across the western coast to the central part of Australia is the exquisite and arid landscape, famously known as the Australian outback. Known for its extreme desert climates, the outback stretches over 2,000 kilometers to the city of Melbourne, Victoria. And it is in the state of Victoria where an inauguration was held in the Church of Christ for the local congregation of Knox City. Attendees from around the district gathered to witness this historical milestone for the Church of Christ. Members living near the Melbourne area attended this sacred gathering to witness the inauguration led by the supervising minister, Brother Romeo Beltran.
I'm so happy, I'm so excited. I really appreciate everyone in the local. Everyone's putting their hard work to contribute.
We're really thankful that we are a local congregation now. It's really benefited for us because we're closer.
It's important for us to continue to grow and continue to establish new group worship services or extensions and other local congregations so that more people would learn about God's master plan of salvation, which is to be inside the Church of Christ.
Members were reminded of the importance in sharing their faith with their fellow men, that many would come to learn more about the true teachings in the Church of Christ.
It's important that we continue to grow because that's one of the reasons why we're members of the Church of Christ, to be the instruments of God, to broadcast the good news of salvation.
Activities like this continue to bring more people to learn more about the true faith as we take our next visit to the ecclesiastical district of Nagoya, Japan, where a holy baptism was held in the local congregations of Nagoya and Fukuoka, welcoming new members to the Church of Christ. Led by Supervising Minister Brother Manny Benedicto in Nagoya and Assistant Supervising Minister Brother Herbert Lazala, newly baptized members were reminded to hold on to their membership in the Church of Christ despite the difficult times we live in.
Sa kabila ng mga patuloy na iba't ibang di pangkaraniwang pangyayaring nagaganap na nagpapahirap sa buhay ng tao, subalit hindi po kailanman nahadlangan ang tagumpay ng pagpapalaganap ng mga salita ng Diyos sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Patuloy na dumarami ang bilang ng mga kaanib. Patuloy na marami po ang nababautismuhan sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Ang lahat ng ito ay gawa ng makapangyarihang kamay ng ating Panginoong Diyos.
Through this sacred event, members were inspired to continue in eagerly sharing their faith with friends and loved ones in hopes of more people being led to the true faith.
Namamalagi ang kasipagan ng lahat ng mga ministro manggagawa, mga may tungkulin at mga kapatid, sapagkat bumbuo ang pananampalataya ng lahat ng mga kapatid sa Iglesia ni Cristo ng pagtupad sa ganitong napakahalagang pananagutan na may palaganap ang salita ng Diyos ay magbibigay ng kaluwalhatian sa ating Panginoong Diyos at magbubunga ng maraming mga tao na makakasama po sa tunay na paglilingkod sa loob ng Iglesia ni Cristo, makakasama sa pagtatamo ng buhay na walang hanggan.
Members continue to share their faith and extend help to their fellow men as we take our next visit to the ecclesiastical district of South Korea, where a Care for Humanity event was simultaneously held in various sites throughout the district. Members actively participated in this event, giving them an opportunity to introduce their friends and loved ones to the Church of Christ and its commitment in extending help to their fellow countrymen. As a result of the Care for Humanity event, recipients received care packages expressing their full gratitude for the Church of Christ and its volunteering arm in extending help to those in need. Members continue to find ways to bond and find camaraderie with one another as we take our next stop to the ecclesiastical district of Mountain States.
We share our faith through the films. And so that's our main goal, is to be able to share
where
our
youth
faith.
members of the Kadiwa and Binhi organizations teamed up together in different regions of the district to participate in the grand launching of INCinema, a project of the Church of Christ promoting Christian values throughohout the art of visual storytelling and filmmaking.
I think the camera should.
I'm sticking.
So
the camera that moves, and then it'll like move together.
So that way we're like focused on this.
We had a presentation on what INCinema is all about and really get the brethren excited about being a part of the production and being a part of INCinema for this year, especially for the Binhi and the Kadiwa, since it will be the 50th anniversary for those two organizations.
Cinema comes from the experience to everyone. If we all watch movies, we all want an experience after what we watched, right?
As part of the 50th anniversary of the Kadiwa and Binhi organizations, youth members were united in supporting this activity, bringing creatives of all skill levels together in the process of filmmaking.
There were a lot of moving pieces that were involved. A lot of us are still new to performing our duties, so there was a lot of growing pains in having this activity done. But at the same time, we're so proud of everyone who was involved.
From script writing to production, the activity allowed Kadiwa and Binhi members like Brian to learn the stages of filmmaking, brainstorming story ideas and reenacting different scenes.
Next to him, but he survives. Wow. Seconds later, a bus almost hits him. Oh,
seeing the behind the scenes and knowing it was our locale people that did it, that really made me want to, I want to be a part of this.
It gave the brethren the opportunity to work together and showcase their talents too, even if it was in a more casual setting. Everyone was having a lot of fun. But also at the same time, you could see that some of the brethren really are interested in being a part of INCinema. So that was a great way for everyone to get involved.
From sharing creative ideas and talents through film, youth members united to show their full support in producing a short film aiming to promote Christian values being upheld in the Church of Christ. Activities in the Church of Christ continue to inspire and strengthen members while also sharing their faith with their friends and loved ones about the true faith. To keep up with the latest activities in the Church of Christ, visit incmedia.org or subscribe to our YouTube channel at incmedia.official. Keep up with the latest news and inspiring stories of INC News World by hitting the subscribe button to the INC Media YouTube channel.